Welcome to the future of getting more leads and traffic with our AI SEO podcast, where AI innovation meets cutting-edge SEO strategies. So buckle up and click the like and subscribe button. Don't miss these new, revolutionary approaches to growing your business on the daily. Here's your hosts, Caden Michaels and the wonderful Eva Harrington.
Okay, folks, ready for a deep dive?
Always.
All right, well, today we're diving headfirst into this old PenFriends.ai thing.
Yeah.
I feel like we've been hearing about it everywhere. It is, and I think it's especially for businesses.
Yeah, especially for anyone creating content.
The US, the UK, yeah. If you are running a business, you're in marketing, this is something that you really need to know about because we are talking about streamlining content, creation, optimizing for search engines, and keeping up with those trends that change all the time.
Right. I mean, that's the thing about creating content that's such a pain point for so many businesses is just, how do we keep up with it all?
Yeah, and I think that's one of the things that PenFriend.ai said it's really good at is taking care of some of that for you so you don't have to be constantly on top of it.
Especially, if you're a smaller business or you're a one-man show or something like that, you don't always have the resources to have somebody dedicated to this.
You can't have a team of people just creating content.
No, you need to focus on all the other aspects of the business.
Right, so let's jump in here because one of the things that they keep saying is streamline. They streamline the content creation process. Right, so how do they actually do that?
Well, they use what they call advanced AI algorithms. So essentially, you know how everyone's talking about AI these days? We got all these chat bots and things like that. So it's kind of a similar technology to that, okay? But they have trained it specifically to create, structured content. Okay, not just like spitting out random words, but actually things like blog posts, articles, social media snippet.
So they're not just about speed, but quality too.
Exactly, and that's what they're trying to achieve.
They say they create SEO optimized content, which for anyone who needs a refresher, SEO means search engine optimization. It's how you get your content to show up on Google.
Right at the top of that list.
Exactly, yeah. So how does PenFriend.ai actually make sure the content that it's creating is good enough to rank well?
It's not just about keywords anymore. It used to be all about cramming in as many keywords as possible. Now Google's much smarter than that.
Yeah, they are onto our tricks.
They are. So PenFriend.ai is able to analyze the keywords, of course, but it also looks at things like word count, the optimal length for a piece of content, how your headings are structured, how you link to other relevant content.
It's doing all the things that, I think a lot of us find a little tedious. It's doing that behind the scenes work for us.
It's like having a little radar assistant taking care of all the boring stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so you can focus on the creative part.
I like that. I like it a lot. Yeah, so one of the other things that they mentioned that was interesting is these refined prompts. Can you kind of explain what that is?
So with some of these AI tools, you give it a prompt and it just kind of goes off.
And it does a thing.
And sometimes it's not exactly what you wanted. So PenFriend.ai has really focused on how to create these very specific, refined prompts so you did exactly the content that you're looking for. So let's say you want to write about, indoor plants. Sure, a very basic prompt would be write about indoor plants. The refined prompt would be something like, write a blog post about the top 5 air purifying indoor plants for small apartments, focusing on their ease of care. See how it's much more specific, but you're going to get much more targeted content.
That makes sense.
Because you've given me AI very clear instructions.
This reminds me of last week I was trying to write a blog post about...
Nakamajitoni.
Well, it doesn't matter. But I sat there staring at a blank page.
Oh, it's a blank page of Dune. Like for the worst feeling.
And I thought if I had something like PenFriend.ai and I could give it these smart prompts, maybe I could have gotten something done.
You probably could have had a whole draft written by them. And that's one of the biggest benefits of a tool like this, is it really to speed up the process.
Yeah, and we were talking earlier about different types of content. Yeah, I kind of do social media posts too.
It can do a whole range of content from what I've seen. So blog posts, articles, website copy, social media posts, even things like email newsletters.
Interesting. So it's really trying to be like a one-stop shop.
Yeah, it's just be covering a lot of bases.
I think that's really cool. And the other thing that really caught my attention was they analyzed search engine trends in real time.
Yes, that's a big word.
So can you explain that a little bit more and why that's so important?
Sure. So think about it. The internet is constantly changing. What people were searching for yesterday might not be what they're searching for today. So PenFriend.ai is tapping into all of that live search data. And it can tell you what topics are trending, what questions people are asking. Oh, well. And essentially give you a heads up on what kind of content is going to be most effective.
That's like having, a crystal ball.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing.
It's not just churning out content, but making sure that it's relevant.
Exactly, staying ahead of the curve.
Ahead of the curve. I like that a lot. So for anyone listening who's thinking, okay, this sounds pretty amazing, are there any limitations? Are there any drawbacks we need to be thinking about?
Well, I think it's important to remember that AI is still a tool. It can't replace humans entirely. You still need to review and edit the content that it creates. Right now, make sure it fits your brand voice. Again, add that human touch that only we can bring. Exactly. And, the other thing is, while the trend analysis is very powerful, you don't want to just blindly follow it. Okay, you still need to think about your specific audience and your goals.
And your goals make sense. So to kind of wrap things up, what would you say is like the big takeaway, the big thing that people should be thinking about after listening to us talk about PenFriend.ai?
I would say if you're struggling with content creation, feeling overwhelmed by it all, PenFriend.ai seems like it could be a really good solution for you. It's not just about speed, it's about combining efficiency, SEO optimization, and all those insights into what's working online right now.
It's trying to take the guesswork out of it a little bit. I think that's really cool. And it solves that problem of what should I write about, which so many people struggle with. But here's a thought. We've been talking a lot about PenFriend.ai today. It's not the only 8-hour tool out there.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of them popping out.
Exactly. So I think the big takeaway here is keep exploring.
Stay curious.
Stay curious. See what's out there.
I think these tools out.
See what works for you.
What works for you.
Exactly. And maybe you'll be surprised at what AI can do. All right, that is our deep dive into PenFriend.ai.
Till next time.
Feel latest again.
All right, hit that subscribe button and smash that like button to get tomorrow's episode. Every 24 hours, we'll deliver the latest AI secrets. Until then, stay curious and keep innovating.